What's good, YouTube? This is Solada, and today I'll talk about insecurities. One thing about insecurities in this world, a lot of people has them, shit, have them. But the thing is, like, you have them, but what you gonna do about it? Are you gonna project at people, or are you gonna solve it yourself? And there's times where you're gonna have insecurities and you do project yourself, but you should have the fortitude to catch that instead of project it on people and try to belittle people so you could feel better than what you think you are, which you really ain't shit, you know, because you want to get to spirituality and shit like that, you actually ain't nothing, but you trying to be something, you trying to stay in that position, which is really demonic and shit like that. But insecurities start with trauma, things that you don't like to show, and they come out, and it's like, it's in a way a feminine aspect. Yes, it's a feminine aspect. But if you're insecure with something, you should take the work to do shadow work instead of projecting on someone. Just because someone feels confident about themselves or whatever doesn't mean you put them down or try to put them in a box or try to make them feel weird. You should do the work instead of trying to project that shit on somebody. And it takes work. You know, everybody got a little insecurities. Like me, I got some insecurities, but I'm not gonna hide it from me. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm all perfect and shit like that. Like, I know I'm not perfect, but like, I'm doing better. And like, the thing is, like, everybody trying to be so perfect. Like, they trying to be some shit that's perfect. Nothing's perfect. You know, that's like some fake ass shit. Like, if a nigga think they perfect and shit like that, that's some bullshit. They trying to be something, trying to paint a facade, a mask, but they really ain't shit deep down inside. And it's a way, like, don't take these words. You gotta be in that certain type of space to get what I'm saying. Like, they really ain't shit. Like, why you try so hard to cover up what you got your flaws and shit like that, and then try to, like, you know, paint a picture like you all that, and then try to belittle people. And it goes on with ego thing, the trauma, the environment, and yeah. But yeah, you really ain't shit. You know, just be yourself. If a nigga got a problem with being yourself, they the problem. Just keep on being you, cause that's all you can do. Why you be in the world trying to fit in? Like, there's nothing wrong with communicating and socializing, but it's a difference when you trying to fit into something. It's not good trying to fit in. Just be yourself. And then if the world don't fuck with that, fuck them, because the world always change. This world is based on the 1, 2, 3. And that's the 3D reality and shit like that. Like, how they think and shit like that. It's about what's in front of them, instead of how they can manage themselves around the 3D. They just go to what's ever popular or trending or whatever is, like, you know, known and shit like that. But they don't have their own enlightenment about the surroundings. They just see what's illuminated already. And if a nigga got a problem with that, with your enlightenment or with your swag or with your character, fuck them. They not used for the journey. And if you got any conflicts and shit like that, it's all a lesson. Like, you can't run away from this world. You can't run away from life and shit like that. You gotta face it and learn from it. Instead of bitching about it, complain about it, tell yourself. You gotta train yourself. What did I learn from this situation? You could complain all you want. Yeah. This you could complain all you want, and there's more than one thing to look at it too. You can look at it this way, you can look at it this way, you can look at it this way. But did you learn something from it? Instead of complaining and carrying those traumas and shit like that, carry the things that you learn from it, so you can you go through experience and gain the wisdom to turn to intellect. You turn that to knowledge, and you carry that as your artillery. Cause this world ain't shit. Real talk, this world ain't shit. It's all about, they promote insecurities, conflict, disruption and shit like that, and then they complain about it, but they make the systems and shit that produces that, and then they play like some type of game with you, reverse psychology with you, saying that, oh, that's bad, and if you do that, but you the one promoting it. Like, you really gotta see this shit from a bigger perspective. Like, it's really ain't shit. Like, that's why, like, a lot of this shit in this world is disgusting. It's nasty. But, you know, just heal yourself. You know, because I went through experience, and I went through like with some motherfucking humans, man. Like, that shit ain't even funny. And like they like to dump their insecurities on you and shit like that. Like, they trying to paint you wrong. And they don't comprehend what you saying because they so much in their ego and shit like that. They don't listen. But it is what it is, though. It's about being progressed. Like, as long as you working on yourself, it is what it is. But you go through experience to learn from it, not to be a bitch about it and complain about it and carry it as a trauma, and that leads to insecurity. When you go through experience, you don't carry that insecurity part. You gain the wisdom out of it. So then you can be vulnerable and shit like that. Like, you just walk outside. You shouldn't be scared to go outside. You shouldn't be scared, oh, this is gonna happen. What if this happened? Expectations and shit. Nigga, you go outside to experience and to learn and shit like that. That's a part of life. Not to carry all these motherfucking baggages and shit like that. And then you go along carrying that trauma, and then at least insecurities, how you deal with yourself internally, because everything's internal and shit like that. You don't go around motherfucking outside carrying all that motherfucking shit in your aura and shit like that. Like, that's some bullshit. You go outside to learn and shit like that and be vulnerable. A lot of niggas don't know how to be vulnerable and shit like that. They got all types of insecurities and shit like that. And I'm not to say the type of person that, oh, you gotta be all perfect and shit like that. But like, let's be real about it, instead of being a bitch about it and shit like that. But yeah, that's my topic today. It's about insecurities, and then, you know, the other shit about this world and how humans are and shit. And like, humans love to indulge into conflict and like some distorted shit. They always like to distort shit. They don't take things as is, or they don't know how to grow from it or develop it to progress. They take one thing, see it as bad. They don't see more than one thing. They so limited, see it as bad, and then distort it. Give it all types of toxic, distasteful shit. It's just bullshit. Real talk.